So my goal for this video is to help you start a business. The way that I want to start with that is, first off, you need to discover what your product is. Figure out exactly what it is you want to start. And this can honestly be the hardest part of starting a business. Just figuring out what you want to do, because you want to make sure it lasts long enough that you can stay passionate about it and you can profit off of it. So the way I would start that is honestly jotting down 10 ideas on paper that you could see yourself doing. Things you're passionate about, problems you can solve, services you can provide, products you would want to sell. Start there and one by one cross it off and come up with objections for those until you narrow it down to maybe like 2 or 3. And then you can kind of go around asking for feedback on whether you think you would do well in that business. So, for example, asking a friend, hey, could you see me doing well in this business, etc. Stuff like that. So that's my advice on starting your business first off and getting started with figuring out what exactly your product is and what you want to sell. For example, you're going to need a website page that explains what you do and gives the client a portal to get in contact with you somehow or buy somehow. That's huge. You got to learn how to design a landing page, how it works, its purpose, how to convert higher, etc. So naturally, you can outsource this or you can do it yourself. When I was setting up my business, I set it up myself, and I'll tell you who I used, Hostinger, and I use WordPress and YouTube tutorials teaching me how to set up a website and set up a landing page, the importance. And little by little, it changed over time, my process for the website, and naturally it changed as the service changed, etc. So it's going to change. So don't, nitpick over having a final website or final landing page, because it's going to change over time. Don't get so caught up in the details of trying to make it perfect, because it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to work well. That's really the truth of the matter. After you get your landing page figured out, you're definitely going to want to do some product research, figure out your target audience, your demographic, who's buying it, who your ideal target customer is, what their pain is, what the product solves for them. You got to come up with that. You got to figure out who exactly you're targeting and how exactly you solve their problem. Build a system essentially for how you do this. Build a system. If you want to work with me one-on-one to set up your business, we can do that. Apply at the link in the bio and I will work with you to not only set up your business, set up your metrics, set up your logistics, build the system, help you get to where you need to go and get results quickly. So if you want to work with me one-on-one in a meeting, apply, link in the bio. The next thing I'll be talking about, because I'm trying to keep this quick and not waste your time, is, getting your first 5 clients. It really varies with what you're selling. It's hard to kind of do a one-size-fits-all. Let's say you have a service-based business. Give out that service to 5 people for free, just for them to try out. You'll get your feedback. You'll see what it's like actually working with people without the cost of failing. You can give it out for free and adjust where you need to. So give your product or service to 5 people for free in exchange for a testimonial, feedback, results, etc. This is a big part. Additionally, you're going to want to be marketing on social media somehow. So post. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your content will suck at the start. This video probably sucks, but you know what? I'm practicing. I'm trying to get my message out there, expand my personal brand, etc. So this is what we are doing. Figure out what type of content you want to make, learn or discover creators that you really want to embody or copy their style, and then add your unique own twist to it. So come up with about 5 creators where you can say, okay, I like this style of content. I like how they do it. I want to copy it, but I want to do it in my own way. Do that, because that's the fastest way to grow. Post, learn, fail, grow. Post, fail, learn, grow. Post, fail, learn, grow. It's that simple. So post. Especially if you're marketing your product or your service or yourself, social media is the best way. It's free, it's organic, and you can connect with audiences around the world just like I'm doing for you here. It's extremely effective, if not one of the top tier aspects of online business in 2026. So we got your target demographic down. We got getting to your first 5 clients. Get your fitness right as well. I know this is kind of unrelated to business, but getting in a really good routine with fitness will carry over to your business. It will keep you extremely disciplined, extremely on the ball. You'll feel great and you'll be productive in your personal life as well as your business life. The benefits are just immense and immeasurable. Your discipline from your fitness will carry over to your business. So make sure you're in a really solid fitness routine. Again, if you don't know how to build that or set that up, email me, apply at the bio. We'll set up a meeting and set up a fitness routine for you based on your preferred environment and accountability level. So yeah, another thing, get your research right. Research, 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 research. Never stop learning. Never stop learning about how your product can be improved, how customers can continue buying more easily. You just want to learn, learn, learn. Research every single thing you can about your product, your target audience, everything. Research it all. Never stop learning when you're doing business, because the learners are the earners. Next thing, collaborate with others in your field. Collaborate with people who are also doing business. Network, find like-minded people where you can say, hey, I have this business. I'd love to show it to you. Maybe you can show me your business. Maybe we can collaborate, etc. Get your business out to people. Be collaborating with people in your space, or not even in your space, other people online. Make new friends, network, make new connections. You have no idea what opportunities are behind a new door, right? So don't hesitate to collaborate with other people in the field. Absolutely. And that's a part of networking. If you aren't really good at networking, apply to work one-on-one with me. I'll help you improve your networking. But, it's really simple. Be interested in people at the end of the day. Read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's not hard to network really well, and networking is a life-changing skill, and it will just change your life. You never know who you're going to meet, and it'll allow you to get better with people. And when you're better with people, everything's better. Let me tell you, better friends, better connections, better relationships, better outcomes when you're really good with people and you can manage people well and organize yourself well. Don't rethink your product every single time you get negative feedback or take it personally. You don't need to rebuild it. Sometimes all it really takes is just a couple tweaks here and there to make it a huge difference long term over time, right? You can really change your product for significantly with a few minor tweaks based on feedback you get. So never be closed off to learning and refining your business as much as possible, because that is where real improvements come in. Alongside getting feedback, and a huge part of business is just the mindset of business. You need to have a mindset of not giving up easily. It's super important. If you are someone who gives up easily on things, get out of business, because you will fail. You need to be able to go from failure to failure to failure to failure to failure with the same smile on your face. It's so true. You cannot let things stop you, slow you down, or, discourage you. There's going to be so much self-growth that happens in business because of all the failures and trials you've overcome. It's just incredible. So I hope you get to experience this, because it's such a beautiful feeling when you come out of the other side of the fire completely diamond molded. It is just incredible. Understand that there's a mindset to business. You need to be willing to fail, be embarrassed, fall flat on your face, have curveballs come in that just shatter everything, and still move forward. You have to be moving forward. So I highly not only encourage you, but get into that mindset of business, learn about the business mindset, learn from people ahead of you, especially about business and mindset. We've already talked about creating your offer, but price it well. I think Alex Hormozi says it best. Here's what you want to do. You either sell a really expensive product to a few people or a very cheap product to a lot of people. But selling average products at average prices is where business goes to die. That is one of the most true things I've heard in business. It is so true. So when you're pricing your service, be greedy if you offer real value. If you don't offer real value, make something everyone can consume or that's affordable for everyone, because you either want products to be extremely accessible and affordable or very high-end and luxurious. So it really depends on the business you want to start. Again, you might have a great price with a great product and it's just an average product. That's fine. You can do that. But we're talking about all sides here, whether it's affordable, average, or luxurious. Price it well, get feedback, and don't be afraid to have a high price, because you want to make money at the end of the day. It's about being ethical. It's about providing extreme value, but it's about making money too and being profitable. If you want to start a charity, start a charity. If you want to start a business, right? So, and I'm not saying be greedy, because greed is what kills businesses, but know your worth, know your value. That's what I'm trying to say. Be able to assess yourself additionally. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Know what your strengths are, know what your weaknesses are, so that you can pinpoint exactly how to improve things. If you're weak in one area, strengthen it. If you're strong in one area, refine it. Just know what your strengths and weaknesses are so you can outsource, or you can work on or improve or get feedback on different areas. Always be assessing yourself. Do not have that ego that's so high where you think you're flawless and perfect and the best. Because if you genuinely want to be that perfect star, be willing to look at your insecurities, fears, and weaknesses in the mirror and look at them and challenge them and tackle them. That is what a true baller does. That's what a true leader and a true successful person does. So we talked about assessing yourself. I'm looking at my notes here. You can see how many things I'm talking about here. There's a lot. Creating lead magnets is huge. Create communities for your product if you'd like to. Create ads, create resources, create content, create newsletters, create email campaigns, create YouTube videos. Create all these things that are lead magnets. You need a lead magnet to be consistently getting leads towards your business. Because if there's no cash flow and no leads or no sales, the business will die. So really invest your time, and you're not going to find other people talking about all these different things in one homemade video like this based off everything I've learned starting my successful business. So I'm trying to help you start your business and just give you the things that you should prioritize. And there's a lot, as you can see, but you shouldn't need a crazy amount of videos. This video should cover pretty much everything to get your business from zero to scale very quickly. Maybe not very quickly, but efficiently and effectively. These are all the lessons I've had from years of failure. So I'm saving you time, money, and energy. And again, if you want to work one-on-one with me, apply at the link in the bio. We can set up a system or a plan towards any endeavor you want: business, fitness, goals, time, etc. Link in the bio. So let's continue again. Creating lead magnets is very important. Make sure that you're researching into, the type of thing you want to prioritize first, if not all of them. Your Discord communities, your newsletters, your advertisements, etc. Another big note here is I have the importance of breath work. Do breath work every single day before your cold calls, before anything extreme. Look up Wim Hof breathing. It will change your life. You got to stay relaxed. You got to have that controlled aggression, and you got to stay centered at all times. Stay present, because this is a rough business, the business world, and you got to be relaxed. You got to be centered all the time. You got to be in control of your emotions, because you'll be dealing with the emotional people. Trust me, you're going to deal with people who have high egos and big emotions and all this crap. You be the one who's centered. You'll have a lot more aura, to say the least. You will be the aura if you use your breath work and stay centered within the business world. Very important breath work. Extremely important. Keeping yourself consistent is also very important. One of the most people give up. 99% of businesses fail because people give up. Obviously, that's a horrible statistic and probably inaccurate from me, but most businesses fail. That's the point I'm trying to make, because people give up. You can't give up. That's why I say choosing your product is very important. Realize that also the right product might be the wrong time, and the wrong time might be the right product. So products continually change. Don't be opposed to the product itself changing. But back to my main point, be consistent. Build yourself a system. Work with me. I will help you stay consistent with your goals. It's literally what I love to do. I love helping people stay consistent. We will design a system for you. So another chance for you to, collaborate with me, work with me, apply. Link in the bio. We'll work together. I'll help you stay consistent. But again, if that's not for you, stay consistent. That's the hardest part. You got to keep going no matter what. Hold yourself accountable. Keep going. It's the hardest part. So, yeah,